Ahoy there, shipmates. Johnny Ray back again for another episode in my series on Marlinespike seamanship. Uh, Today we're going to be discussing and demonstrating an interesting knot that I've had a lot of requests to do a video on. It's something you don't see very often in North America. It actually originated in the heart of Asia, or the Orient. It's called the Sampan Hitch. This particular knot is used to secure a sampan, or a small oriental fishing boat, to a ring at a dock or a wharf. The beauty about this one is it's incredibly easy to tie and even easier to untie. It's a very quick release knot. It's very strong. It's incredibly reliable. It's, I would say, the best way to connect or moor on a ring, especially if you're planning to shove off at any point in the near future from doing it. So without further ado, I will demonstrate the Sampan Hitch. Basically, you start by passing your line through the ring. You make a bite in your line. You pass it through the loop. You fold it over top of itself. And you make another bite. And you pass it through like this. And again, with most of these things, you want to leave, at least a 4-inch tail on either side. Now, the Orientals, what they do is they leave a really long tail here, long enough to go back to their boat, so that when they're moored, they leave both tails in their boat, so that when they want to shove off, they don't have to step on the dock or wharf. All they do is yank on the line, and it just comes out just like that. So I'll show you one more time. So you pass your line through the ring, you make a bite, you pass the bite through and over, you fold it over top, you make a second bite, you pass it through like this, you dress your knot, and there you have the standard sampan. Just light little tugs, she comes in. Now, I've made my own little take on this because I've come from an area where the seas can be a bit rough, especially when you're at the wharf. So chafing can be an issue. So if you're worried about chafing, you can pass the line through a second time, like so. And just like before, you make a bite, you pass it through, you put it over top like this, you make another bite, if I can get this to function right, there we go. And you pass it through just like that. And there you have my version of a sampan hitch. I would simply call that a double sampan hitch. And the thing is, again, with just a light little yank, it comes right out. I'll show you one more time. So you pass your rope or your line through the ring. You pass it through a second time. Whoops. Just like that. You make a bite in your line, you pass it under, through and over, then you fold it over top, then you make another bite, you pass it through underneath. Whoops. Leave a good healthy tail on it, then you dress your knot to set it, and there you have the double sampan hitch. So there you have it, the sampan hitch. It's my favorite way to moor off to a ring. It is an incredibly easy to tie knot, even easier to untie. It's reliable. There's just not enough good that I can say about this knot, really. It's just a perfect knot is what it really is. Anyway, without further ado, I wish you all calm seas, a pleasant voyage, and a mermaid in every port.